3, 2, 1, go!
We are Paul Leonard,
And Bryce Graskowski.
and this is 20 Minutes of Fitness.
Yo, how's it going, Bryce?
Hey, how you doing?
Things are good, buddy. Things are good.
All right.
We just did a good little. Was that from the .com programming or
Yes,
the
that was from
affiliate programming?
.com. Yep.
It was fun. Little workout of single arm overhead squats, muscle ups, other arm toes to bar, 12-minute AMRAP.
Other arm toes to bar.
Yeah, you have to do other arm
Single
toes to
arm
bar.
toes to bar. That's horrible.
You just got to be really fit for that one.
I guess.
Yeah, it was fun. Not so exhausting for me because my muscle ups were just not phenomenal, so I didn't do that much work.
Yes.
And I was okay with that. More
That
work
was
for Bryce.
Definitely a hard workout. Little tougher than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Hard to keep those everything going. All that your arms don't get any rest. So
Yeah, your arms are moving all the time.
yeah.
So that was fun. And on the note of that was a good workout that could very well be, although we decided it would have to be a different routing or different plan to be in the open.
Yeah, that order wouldn't really be very good to put muscle ups.
It's
as a second
unlikely that
movement.
with only 3 workouts, they'll have muscle ups as a second exercise.
Yeah, I would say it's.
But they could have that same
guaranteed
workout
Not going to happen.
doing left arm toes to bar, right arm toes to bar, left
Yep.
arm chest to bar, right arm chest to bar, left arm muscle up, right arm muscle up.
Right.
So they could do that.
Yeah. Definitely
And-
the movements, I think, are all going to be in the open.
Yeah. So that's kind of our topic for
Squat.
today is what we think is going to be in the open.
Repeat. What repeat?
What repeat specifically? Well, let's start more generalized. We know there's no rings.
Right.
We don't think there's anything that covers any distance because we think they're trying
COVID.
to make it COVID friendly.
Yep.
So we don't think there's going to be any handstand walks or runs or anything. There's no rower. There's no wall balls. So that's interesting.
Yep.
That's big changes. There's no Echo bike or
Kettlebell. anything
Concept
like
2
that.
bike or kettlebell. So it's taking
No
things off.
machines. No machines.
No machines at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's no rope climbs.
Right. And it's a single dumbbell.
It's only one dumbbell, so we don't have any dumbbell thrusters. Well, no 2-arm thrusters or 2-arm
And-
squats.
And
or-
then you have specific weight, specific height of the box.
specific, yeah.
So there's not going to be any like 20-inch step ups. Everything's 24 for the guys.
But there is no stipulation on how much weight
Excuse
the
me.
barbell weights are, the plates.
Right.
So there could be any amount of weight there.
Yep.
So with that all being said, it gives us pretty good hints towards what it
Yeah, we talked about that
isn't
last
going to
week.
be. But as far as the repeat now specifically, you don't think it's going to be a repeated.
Right. So we're going to kind of eliminate anything that's been done twice.
So that takes out stuff that's been done twice. So that only leaves us with a limited amount of stuff. My top choice, although maybe it has been done twice, is the toes to bar, doubles, and squat cleans, and then you have 4 minutes to finish that
Definitely
first
has
piece
been
of
done
work.
twice.
We have done that one twice.
What year is it?
It's 2016.
2016. What number?
16.2. So I like that workout for it. I think it fits what we're trying to do. It can be done in a small space. It'd be a good test. It's brutally hard, especially when you look at getting into that like 3rd, 4th, 5th minute, or a set of 4 minutes. Whew. And if I remember right from doing this,
I don't think we did do this twice.
I think you really have to move fast on those first 2 rounds
Yeah.
because the 225 got pretty real for us, I think. And then I think the last time we did this in training, we got to the 275 and like had no time left, essentially.
Yeah. This is very similar to a workout that I think is going to be in. It's actually was my favorite last year. I feel like we did this twice. Yeah, double under. Okay, we did this with. I remember doing this against Jorge back in the day.
Yeah, we did this in the old gym. I remember that. And
Maybe
it was a fun
this one.
workout.
Obviously, 2016, we were
Yeah.
over there. That was my first year here. I like that one. That's definitely a good one. And that's very similar to the one that I think is my number 2 pick of something we're going to do again. I think it's this one, number 4. Yeah. God, their website, it's just so, like, inconsistent.
All over the place.
Yeah, every year they change the format and don't actually go
Yeah,
back.
and this would be another good repeat.
This one, yeah.
So it's a 24-inch box.
Same weights.
It's ascending weights.
Same weights, too.
Yeah. Oh, same weights.
Same
as that
rep
other
scheme.
workout.
Yeah, or weight scheme.
Yeah, and
the
it brings
numbers
the
aren't.
pistol in, which is more interesting.
Yeah, if you got to me, you got a 3-week open, you need to test. That would be your strength one and a skill.
Yeah.
And obviously all of it's cardio. So I could see that as like second week, third week.
Yeah.
So either one of those, that's excellent. I think it's a good test of strength if we're going to do a clean and jerk.
Yeah.
My only issue is that we've been doing clean and jerk or whatever for years now. When's the last time we did a heavy snatch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I think heavy snatch, like to me, that's what they need to test. I don't know if they will just because it's a harder movement.
Yeah, it's more challenging,
maybe-
more risky, maybe.
And that's why they kind of stay away with it.
People
My
might
number
be more
one
likely
pick's
to
right
hurt.
here, though.
You think wall walks is back?
21.1, yeah. I mean, to me, that's the...
It was a new movement last year. It's interesting to see how much better everybody gets this year.
Because it'll be huge. Yeah. Either this year or because they're like, oh, we know you practice. We'll do it next year.
Yeah.
But even... So if you... I like that one. And then the 21.3, that could be repeated.
I could see that too.
So my
Front
only...
squats and thrusters.
Yeah. That was a pretty okay workout. And it has, like you just said, for this workout, they actually have that toe to bar, chest to bar, muscle up progression in the workout.
Yeah.
And that would be very much like and is it 2 rounds of each? No, it's just 1 round.
Just one round.
Yeah.
With rest.
Yeah. With a minute rest. Yeah, that was interesting.
And then the complex after it, which is interesting because it gets heavy again.
But again, maybe change the complex because
Yeah.
actually the complex is a separate workout.
Yeah.
So you could just change the complex to a snatch. That would be cool. Snatch
Yeah.
overhead squat complex. That'd be
Snatch,
fucked up.
overhead squat, hang snatch.
Think about
Sure.
it. After you've
No, I
been
wouldn't jerk.
doing bar muscle ups is the opposite of a snatch, right? It's the same motion, just
Yeah.
kind of backwards. That would be a pretty interesting thing to hit after.
I guess they
heavy-
could deadlift, hang snatch,
Yeah.
overhead
Overhead
squat,
squat.
full snatch.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do 4 things either. But yeah, something like that, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. That would be an interesting twist on it where you'd be still retesting 0.3, but a new test for 0.4.
I think it would be very cool to get a heavy like snatch complex like that in there
Yeah.
because I think there's a lot of people that it would really affect.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of guys like
Oh, yeah.
Walker can snatch, I don't know, 300 pounds. That's probably not true, but a lot.
Yeah.
But his overhead squat isn't anywhere near that.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just guessing.
Guessing? I don't know. Yeah. My guess is probably 300 pounds.
So he's probably got 300 pound snatch, but he's probably got a 100-pound overhead squat.
He's
because
pretty good
mobility's
at
not there.
He's pretty good at squats though.
Is he overhead
Yeah.
squats? Okay,
I don't
maybe a
know.
bad example, but I think there's a lot of people that
he's
can
a-
snatch a lot more than they can overhead
Oh yeah,
squat.
no, I agree. I still think he'd beat everybody here.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's big.
Because you just can't snatch what he can snatch
Yeah.
by any means. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. And then it puts the highest skill movement of the open at that point would be that.
Yeah,
And it's at the end, so you just don't do well. That's cool. We got you. Those are the only things we could redo from that year.
and I really don't think we're going to see muscle ups in the 3 weeks. I realized we
I
did
do.
last year.
Every single year.
I guess so. The only reason why I don't really think so is because they're doing the whole judging thing. They're trying to pull it away from having to go to affiliates.
I don't think so.
Whether that's good or bad. But I think that means, are people doing muscle ups when they're doing the open in
Yep.
other locations?
Yep.
So a lot of places you
It
can't do
says,
muscle ups.
it says make sure you can do all swinging, all bar movements. It says the exact same thing it said last year. And last year with COVID, it was even more so in your garage.
Yeah, and they
So
still
to
did
me,
it.
you have less restrictions this year. And if you take the muscle up out of the open, forget it. It's fucking don't bother. Just call it now. Just fucking, why don't we just go run for distance? You just put in a number, be like, we take your word on it because who cares? At that point, there's no skill in the open.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree, and yet I don't. I think
there's very
you
few.
still do things like pistols, which are still challenging.
If you don't do the muscle up, you lose the first muscle up videos. You lose the largest. You might as well not lift heavy too, so that there's no PRs in the open.
yeah,
Whoop-de-fuck, you got to pull up. Like, who cares? I did a pull up when I was 6. Fuck, your kid does multiple pull-ups. Not
Yeah.
that impressive. Sorry.
It's true. Bo can knock
You know what I
him
mean?
out. Yeah.
So
Bo can almost do a muscle up, actually.
if we kind of go back, yeah,
It's been in
I don't doubt
gymnastics.
it.
He's getting close.
I don't doubt it. So if we go back,
Not bad for 5.
those are the only 2 we could do from last year. There's only 2 we could do from the previous year. You've got this one, which to me, 8 ground overheads, 95 pounds, very vague, 10 bar muscle ups, 10 rounds. Horrible workout, hurt, but kind of boring. Doesn't test anything, but
Not muscle up, burpees, yeah.
it only
So ground
tests
overheads and burpees.
it tests wind. That's it, right? Is that the first one of that year? Yeah. So that was your entry level bullshit on that one.
Yeah.
While they could do that, I don't think they do. This one, absolutely not. You see, she's got 2 dumbbells. Not going to happen. This one's a handstand walk.
Because of the movement, we're thinking they're not likely to.
Not likely. 20.3, 20.4. Yes, this is my number 2 pick. It was my number 1 pick last year for a repeat. Especially as the Open went on, I was like, that'd be perfect. What's this one? No chance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so it's fairly limited. There's not a whole lot of
all
options.
3 of those movements, no good.
We could even do something like 7 minutes of burpees, but again, it's been done. Actually, that hasn't
That's
been
only been
repeated,
done
right?
once. Yeah.
So they could do something like that, which would be interesting, actually.
It would be. I think it's.
And it was on main site not too long ago, right?
I think it's the most perfect workout there is in the Open. And however, in a 3-week Open, you can't just throw that. I would say do that, then a lift. Because remember we had. Let me
Oh,
find it.
golly. To do 7 minutes of burpees and then immediately into a 1 rep max snatch.
Because
Oh.
here's a good one, right?
But then people can sandbag part A
No,
way
you can't.
too much.
You fucking fix it so they don't. And who cares? So what? You suck. Like, I mean, you're
I
out.
mean, you could make it so that every rep counts as a pound.
Where is it? Bar muscle ups, bar facing burpees.
Yeah.
What year was that? 2018? No, there's a way to do it, and they've done it before because they dealt with that, and then they were like, oh, we know how to fix your ass. This was it right here.
Okay.
18.2, 18.2A. The only difference, instead of 55 bar-facing burpees and dumbbell squats, it's 7 minutes of burpees instead of 7 minutes of that shit.
And then a 1 rep max.
And then 1 rep max. Right? Change the max. Again, you could have a retest with the burpees and then have a new workout with the part A. I like that for part A. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And then that gives you that burpee workout really is perfect. You can even give them 5 minutes in between
Yeah.
to let them recover a little bit.
I think I would prefer personally not to because I lift heavy better tired
I
than
know.
most people. Just saying.
But
Yeah, you could build it either way. You could
yeah,
make
you
it
do
away.
either way. You give them more than 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like last year, we only had 5 minutes after that workout.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what that workout was before. You're going to push as hard as you can.
Yeah.
And if you make them separately, you want to sandbag the first part, go ahead. The rule
you
they
still
made
suck
was
on the
that
first
they
part.
both have to not be separated. So again, you're just taking someone's word for it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and that's a whole issue this year, but we'll worry about that as it goes.
So I like those as those are pretty good. Here's my only issue. What year was the burpees? 13?
17? Oh, it was way earlier. 2012?
12. 12.1, yeah.
12-1.
Wow. 13.1 was a freaking muscle up? Good God.
That might have been one of the first times they had muscle ups.
Oh, no, it's not. Burpees and snatches. Yeah, like something like that could happen, although I think those were regular burpees, which that's never going to
They're
happen.
not going to do it because it's too easy to shoot.
So I saw on, somebody did this right after we were like, oh, we'll do this. I saw somebody sent me a message that somebody else did the same thing. And they said these older ones, right? Like even this, the burpees.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
You just
it?
have to scroll way down.
Damn.
They hide it after all this
There
shit.
it is. 12.1 is 7 minutes burpees. So here's the only issue. 12.1 was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not really, while it's a repeat, it's not really a repeat. Because how many people are still doing this 10 years later? Your test subjects would be very small. So
Yeah.
I think you have to stay within the last, I would say 4 years.
Yeah. Even
Well,
the last
even
2
less.
years would be ideal for them because then they're keeping it within stuff that was also from COVID.
Yeah. And if you think about it, 3 years is the lifespan for the long-term CrossFitter. So if you go out even 4 years, your pool is tiny.
Yeah.
So I would say you have to stay within those first 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, That's valid, but at the same time, 7 minutes of burpees is going to kick anyone's ass, and
Yeah.
it's still a repeat.
And as far as like nostalgia value,
Yeah.
that's number one.
Everyone who's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
remember when we had to do 7 minutes of burpees? Like, no, you young kid weren't there at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time,
yeah.
but we
And-
did that.
And you had like you had Colton Mertens. He did it before the games last year or before something, where he tied Scott Panchek's 161 or whatever the fuck it was. And then Scott Panchek did it again too, and I think he got like real close to the same score. So he's like, oh, pretty good for just a average day workout, right?
Yeah.
And really that like 2011 is kind of, that's the first Open. Didn't really.
I also think
2012, that was a game changer.
it would be cool for us that have been fans of the sport a long time to see someone like Maduro's
Yeah, see what they could do.
see what they do
Yeah.
compared to what they were doing in 2012.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see the best versus the best and what the
Yeah.
difference is.
It's like,
if
what
there
did
is.
Panchek have then versus what Maduro's
Yeah.
is doing
No,
now?
absolutely.
Not that Panchek won that, but he was probably up
No, he did.
there. He won it?
161.
That was the
Yeah.
record at the time.
He tied
Okay.
I think the Russian dude, but the Russian dude did it in a octagon, so there's a little spring
Oh, okay.
to the mats.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, he fucking is.
You can do it anywhere.
And he was like 5'1". But they
So
gave
cut
it
off
to,
my
they gave
legs.
it to Scott. They gave him the money.
Okay.
And just to put this into perspective, so I pulled up like all the numbers of all the opens, the entries. And mainly because we'll talk about this when the Open starts, how fucking few people do this year, which I
Almost
think.
300,000 people sign up right away.
Yeah, I don't think so. Year one, how many people you think did the first Open?
20,000.
13.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? Year two, it tripled to 39,000.
Okay. that doesn't surprise
That's
me.
nice growth. So that's your 39,000 is your 7 minutes of burpees.
Yeah.
So of that, maybe you might have 30,000 of them still doing it.
Or at least still relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you could get 30,000 repeats, but you're not getting more than that. And so that's not a huge, really you're talking like, what is that? It's going to be 5% of the 15% of the people that do the Open probably
Never
would
know.
be a
They're
repeat.
hoping for 10.
They're hoping for 10. Then you've got, it went up to 84, so a little over double. So it went triple, double. Then 132,000. What's that? Half again, right? 260. So it doubled in 2014-15. That's huge.
Yeah. That's when
And
I
then
got
it
on
went
the scene.
up only 40,000 to 2016. 308,000.
Okay.
40,000 more. And then 380. So it went up 80,000. That's huge
That's
at those
significant.
numbers. And then it only went up 20,000 to 400,000 2018. That is
Okay.
the height.
2018 was the
And that is when Glassman cut the media department, said the games are too big. We're spending all our money on the
Okay.
games. Next year we lost 50,000. Who cares? 340,000. Still huge. COVID year. This is and that 2019. Actually, the reason we lost so many people, that's when they did it.
They
6
moved to
months
October.
later. Yeah. So a lot of people didn't do it.
Yeah,
Or
was,
no,
it's
I'm
weird
sorry.
to think back to then, right?
It was 342 in February, and then it was 228. Was 2020? It was right before COVID because that was in 2019.
Okay.
That was the 2019.6. Is that what they called it?
Yeah, because it was still 2019, but they're calling it 2020.
So that move lost them 80,000 people.
yeah,
That's a fucking lot.
that never came back.
But it's a good thing that they did it because they would have had no Open. In
Yeah.
hindsight, it was perfect that they actually did that. So
Maybe Glassman's
fucking-
caused COVID.
You know, he probably saw Simpsons episode or something.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
they did an early Open. He said, good idea, I better do it.
Yeah, I'll do that this year.
And then last year, so now we have COVID restrictions. We're back to a normal schedule. Things are a little happier. Things
Yeah.
weren't real happy when they moved it to
No.
November. 246,000. So it went up 20,000 last year,
Okay.
which is okay. Right now,
Especially
however,
during COVID.
yeah, that was pretty good. I think people were excited to do it,
Yeah.
to do something, right?
Yeah.
This year, I don't think they're going to come close to that number. I think they're going to be under 200. What do you think?
I mean, if they're at 100,000 so far,
Right
that's what
now,
you said.
101,000.
So I think a huge portion of the population signs up
I agree.
right before.
I agree.
So I think they'll be over 200
Yeah,
still.
so we'll
But
see.
that being said, I'm not planning on signing up for the Open this year. So there's that.
Yeah.
And why not? Because with the way it's structured, I should be able to make it into the second event.
Yep.
But I don't have even the slightest shot at getting into the third event.
part.
So now I'm spending
$70.
$70 plus $10 for my judges course. I'm $80 in to do those workouts,
And you could do them for free.
and I could just do them anyway. And because of Beyond the Whiteboard, I can still compare my scores to everybody else.
Yeah.
So I don't have any real incentive this year. I guess the only reason not to do it is because I've done it every other year.
How many years have you done it?
2014 on.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the only, and that's why I know, like, as much as I say, fuck the Open, and this is, and
Yeah.
my reasons are just CrossFit headquarters is a disaster, and they don't deserve any more money from me.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going to spend the $20 and do at least one rep of each workout so that I could say I've done every single Open. Because let's face it, people, this is the last one. Because this McDonald's is going to eliminate the Open once they own the exercising thing. They're going to eliminate exercise. It's going to be Big Macs for
the
time.
extra fries.
Ooh, I'll be in if it's Big Macs for time.
I could win that one for
That would
sure.
be good.
All right. Well, on the note of Big Macs for time. Peace.
Later.